Sage Wanderer coming at you from my van down by the river. All right, the FISA court memo. Woo, everybody's talking about it. We talked about it yesterday. I kind of outlined for you what it was and what was potentially in it. And now I would like to talk about the repercussions of this FISA court memo. What's next? What could it lead to? So, if Nunes has compiled this memo from genuine bona fide factual documents that can be used in a court of law to prove a case, then what we're looking at is trying to find who has the guts, who has the heart big enough, who has the grit, the true grit, to actually try to prosecute these cases now, because it seems as though crimes have been committed by pretty big names, like James Comey, like Andrew McCabe, like Barack Obama, Susan Rice. This stuff goes all the way to the top. If the documentation is there to prove this abuse of power by a politician for the purpose of destroying a political opponent, then continued by these deep state moles to try to destroy Donald Trump's presidency and take him out on bogus charges, based on bogus information, based on abuse of a system that shouldn't exist, a system of surveillance that, okay, here's an example of how this system works. For one thing, it's all artificial intelligence, it's all programs and algorithms. It's machinery that's spying on you. But if I were to say name a terrorist organization by name in this video, then AI would find this video, grab this video, and put it in a file, linking me forever to that terrorist organization. Now, it would take a human being to watch the video and realize that I wasn't, in fact, in league with them. But the AI would assume I was and put me in that category. Then, all you'd have to do is show some other supporting evidence of any kind, even if it's made up, like a made-up dossier, to a judge, a FISA court judge, and he would say, yeah, you need to check that Sage Wanderer guy out because he might be colluding with said organization. Now they can pull up every email I ever sent, every text message I ever sent or received, every secret, every personal thing, every camera could be turned on in my home, the one in my smartphone, the one in my smart television, the one out on the street at the corner that watches the traffic that can also turn now and see my house. All you gotta do is just make it go, now it's looking at me instead of the traffic. This is real surveillance stuff. We live in a big brother surveillance system, and this is just the first of, I believe, many cases of where this system of surveillance is going to be misused against the American people. We've been saying it all along. Snowden called them out. He had to run for his life because they tried to kill him, to silence him. They were going to suck him up, put him in Guantanamo Bay, and we're never going to hear from him again. They did not want that information out about the secret surveillance system. This surveillance system has got to be dismantled, and I think you got to go to the techno companies themselves and do something there to prevent this technology from being accessed by anyone. No one should know about my text messages except me and the person I'm messaging. That's what privacy means. My ability to talk to you one-on-one and nobody else know what we're saying. Are we conspiring? Or maybe we're just sharing our love for one another, but it's private, which means none of the government's business. This is a big deal. I hope it leads to a lot of arrests. And I think all the evidence you need to know that those people are guilty, the FBI, the Department of Justice, and in my opinion, 2/3 of the Democratic Party, if not all of them, are corrupt, in on this. They've been involved in this. It's a big narrative. The news media organizations are in on it. The technocrats are in on it. And it's a big cabal of people that want to destroy Donald Trump, and they are working together collectively. And this surveillance system has got to go, because that's one of their major tools that they are using and will continue to use to spy on people, to categorize you, to label you, and put you in a group so that they know how to respond and react and deal with you. And it's profiling on a major level. I hope the whole thing goes up in smoke. I hope they pull it down. It doesn't need to exist. Why did they need to? I mean, I'm for catching criminals, but not at the expense of our privacy. It's time for the American people to get outraged about the whole concept, the whole need for a FISA court. You should never be spying on the American people, not without probable cause that a crime has been committed. And apparently the FISA court doesn't know a BS story when they see one, or these people were really good at fabricating the evidence that they used to get these FISA court warrants. When this memo comes out, we will find out, and it would be time for all of them to be accountable for what they are doing. This is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And the deep state has to come to heel if we have to dismantle the entire FBI, and I am for it. I am for the dismantling and the shelving and the boxing up and putting away of the concept of the FBI and have it being done away with forever. We do not need a federal government agency searching out crimes against the American people. It needs to be the job of the state. Is this a gateway to states' rights? You better believe it. You better believe it. States' rights is so important, and this is the only way we win against the deep state and the New World Order. God save our republic.